Hello everyone. Welcome back our Class BNC 31803 site investigation. Today we continue our class on Chapter 4 Supported Excavation and Subsurface Works. The construction of substructure, for example foundations, requires soil excavation and subsurface works. While excavation are carried out to create vertical, horizontal or inclined cavities in the ground. They can be open excavations, trenches, wells or pits, and also be totally confined or closed up, tunnels and cavern. Let's watch video regarding on the excavation work.
Excavations are often needed for construction work to install services, build below ground level, construct foundations, or change ground levels. If you work on building sites, you are likely to be working close by excavations, even if not directly involved. No work should take place unless the excavation is safe. Excavation work often requires the use of heavy plant and machinery, creating additional risks on site. Excavations are dangerous. Every year, people are killed or seriously injured by collapses and falling materials while working in or close to excavations. 1 cubic metre of earth weighs at least 1 tonne or more if wet. Even shallow excavations can collapse and bury or injure people working in them. People, plant and materials can fall into excavations. The CDM regulations apply to excavation work. The law says you must prevent danger to workers in or near excavations. You must provide suitable support or battering to prevent collapse, falling materials and trapping people in excavations. You must prevent falls of people, equipment, materials, and prevent overloading of excavations. Excavations must be inspected by a competent person at the start of each shift, after any event likely to affect its strength or stability, and after any material unintentionally falls or is dislodged. All work with excavation should be supervised by a competent person. Excavation should be inspected at the start of every shift, after any event likely to affect its strength or stability, and after accidental fall of rock, earth or other material. Excavation should be supported to prevent collapse. Support includes shoring, bracing, stepped and battered sides. Never assume ground will stand unsupported. No ground can be relied upon to stand unsupported in all circumstances. Use ladders for access. Do not jump into or across excavations. Don't climb in or out on the timbering supports. Place warning signs and barriers round all excavations to warn others. Check for underground services before excavating. When services are close, carefully hand dig until the service is revealed. Check excavations do not undermine foundations of nearby buildings or walls, scaffold footings or buried services. You may need to carry out ground investigations, foundation surveys and get the advice of a structural engineer. Keep an eye on the weather. Conditions in a trench can change drastically in heavy rain. Keep spoil heaps, materials, plant and equipment well away from the edge of an excavation, as this increases the risk of collapse and falls. Use stop blocks, signs and barriers. Plan traffic routes and manage waste. Safety helmets and safety footwear must always be worn during work in excavations. Do not alter or remove any supports unless you are trained, competent and authorised to do so. Remember, 1 cubic metre of earth weighs at least 1 tonne, even more if wet. In the event of a collapse, it could take a strong person an hour to dig you out. No work should take place in or around an excavation unless it is safe. The main risks with excavation work come from collapse, contact with buried surfaces, falls of people, plant and materials, and undermining of nearby structures. Excavations must be checked for strength and stability.
What is excavation work? General definitions on excavation works are: according Factories and Machinery, FMA 2014, excavation means the removal of earth, rock or other material in connection with construction, such as trenching, cofferdam and caisson, or demolition work using tools, machinery or explosives. Excavation also includes any earthwork, trench, well, shaft, tunnel or underground working, and cofferdam and caisson are regarded as part of excavation work. Joyce, 2015. Deep excavation. An excavation in soil or rock more than 15 feet, 4.5 meters, is called deep excavation. Open excavation. It means an excavation without any retaining system by providing suitable slope of excavation such as 1:2, when surrounding allows. Subsurface works methodology are divided to: 1. Stabilizing nearby foundations. 2. Managing groundwater. 3. Excavating soils. 4. Providing support to sides, if necessary. 5. Removing spoils. 6. Collecting and draining water seeping into excavated area. 7. Casting structural element in situ or assembling precast elements. 8. Backfilling and removing temporary supports. Types of excavation used in construction. Excavation is an important part of any construction project. The process uses different tools and techniques to move soil, rock, and other material to form a cavity and prepare the area for construction. The type of excavation used depends on the material used and the purpose. Excavation by material. 1. Topsoil excavation. Removal of the exposed or the topmost area of the Earth's surface. Removes vegetation, soil, and any other decaying material that could make the land unsuitable to bear structural loads. 2. Rock excavation. To clear surfaces like the rocky surfaces that impede the building process. Rock excavation is highly challenging as compared to the other types. This is because it cannot be done without the use of special equipment and techniques like drilling or blasting to remove the rock or clear a tough surface. 3. Muck excavation. Muck, the combination of soil and water, is often undesirable during construction and needs to be removed. Muck excavation is named after the material being removed. The muck is either moved to another area or spread out to dry. 4. Earth excavation. To create a foundation for buildings and bridges or construct drainage ditches, various layers of earth need to be removed. Earth excavation includes the removal of soil, the layer below the topsoil, for the purpose of construction. Excavation by purpose. 1. Cut and fill excavation. Also known as stripping excavation, this type of excavation in construction is used to clear large areas. The process involves the removal of wide and shallow layers of topsoil, rocks, sand, and other unwanted materials. The procedure may also include grading the land. 2. Trench excavation. In this type of excavation, the length of the excavated area exceeds the depth. Trench excavation is typically used to bury service lines, to install pipelines and sewer systems, or lay foundations. Shallow trenches of less than 6 meters or deep trenches of more than 6 meters are done using this type of excavation. The techniques used for this type is dependent on factors like the purpose, ground conditions, number of obstructions, and so on. 3. Basement excavation. Basement is typically the area below the ground level. This type of excavation is used when the construction is to be done at least partially below the ground level. Depending on the size of the property, this type of excavation can be complicated. 4. Road excavation. This typically involves stripping topsoil and cut and fill. 5. Bridge excavation. This typically involves the removal of material for the footing and abutments of bridges. The work may be subdivided into wet, dry and rock excavation. Underwater excavations may require special methods of drill and blast. 6. Dredging. The process of dredging involves excavating and removing sediments and debris from underwater to allow boats and ships to pass easily and for other construction purposes. 7. Over-excavation. Excavation that goes beyond the depth which is required for the formation of a below-ground structure due to the presence of unsuitable material that must be removed. Thank you for your attention. See you the next class and take care.